This video is going to show you a lot of different options that you can use for text. First of all, there's a couple different places where you can input the text here in the screen. You have the engraving list up here where you can type them into each of these lines. When you're in the engraving list, it'll give you other options to fit into a box. You can wrap on a line. You can have the text wrap around a circle or an ellipse. This gives you a different spacing option. That's the distance between each of the letters. Sometimes they'll be a little close together. Increase the spacing. That increases the distance between the letters. This font box here gives you a few different options. I-Sculpt has a few sort of simple fonts, and the true type fonts are the ones that it accesses on your computer. These are the ones that come with your computer, or you can download and buy additional fonts. The next box down shows here whether you want it normal. This would be horizontal, and then you can do them in a vertical setting as well. Slant, this would give it sort of an italic look. And this properties tab, you can choose what layer you would like to have the font on, which is kind of a necessity when you're doing logos. One color will be the 1/8 inch or smaller bit, and the other color will be the 1/2 inch bit outline. Here you can choose the usage, whether you want cut center line or spiral pocket, depth, and bit. All of this is on the engraving list. Additionally, you can right click and that'll bring up the drawing menu. You can create text in a box or create it on a polyline. You would draw the line first and then it would match up the text to it. We're going to use create text in box. Really just kind of draw any sort of size. You can adjust it all later on. Hit save. And now those are the two different ways to bring in text. You can draw it in a box or add it into the engraving list. You can see the second Millwrite that we added shows up here as well. Engraving list gives you the same options where you can choose the layout of the text and the font, and same with on the drawing tab. When you highlight the text itself, it gives you the same options over here on the right. Fit text in whatever type of box, and these are your options for the font. This is where you choose what usage you would like to have this text as. Preset option that's been set up when you create text in Millwrite is that it's going to be automatically preset to an 1/8 inch bit. Cut center line option. We'll just convert this to a pocket, and you can see the reason with the coloring difference is this is cut center line with 1/8 inch bit. This black line shows the actual diameter of the bit. This being a pocket just shows what the outline is, and unless we go to 3D view and come back, now it shows the toolpath inside there. Now you can see that the letters are a little bit close together right here. If you went to run that in the ice, this section may break apart. So we would go over here in the options, and we just want to increase the spacing. Now we've given ourselves a little more room to work with. Other options here are slant, and we can choose vertical. Let's move the text out this way, and you can still increase the spacing. It's a little bit close together. Let's bring it up to 20. But for this case, let's look at it horizontal. And once you've created text, if you right click your mouse, once the text has been highlighted, you can see the nodes here. If you right click on top of it, it's going to give you a menu to alter and change the text. You can move individual nodes, move the whole group of texting itself. Flex, copy it, extrude. Extrude keeps everything sort of on a plane, and you can move it evenly that way. Also, here's the convert menu. This convert menu has an option inside here where you can break it apart completely. What we're going to do is this converts the text to geometry. Now, instead of them being grouped in a box on its own, now each one is an individual piece of geometry that you can alter. Here's some other options that you can use with some fonts. They have symbols, and you can convert those symbols into geometry and use that to draw with. Let's go to geometric symbols. Now what it's done is you can look, there's a million different fonts, and you can find ones that have a holiday theme, and this is just another way to get other items to draw with. We're going to turn this into a pocket. Now we use the convert menu over here, and we're going to convert the text to geometry, break it apart completely. Now that gives us an option for this globe drawing, and then you can alter this however you would like. You can scale it up, make it larger or smaller. Another option that you have with Millwrite here is you can group an item, which is you select everything you want to be together, group it, and you can see it puts this box around it. We'll click Done. Once you've grouped it together, you can right click when the box is highlighted. Right click brings up another menu on how you can alter this grouping. You can extrude the length, make it taller or longer. Also, you have a warping function down the bottom here. What warping does is it puts nodes in each of the corners of the grouping, and you can move those nodes individually. So you can really add a lot of character to the fonts. Once you're done stretching it out or whatever you choose to do to it, you can right click and ungroup. Now they're individual pieces of geometry that if you felt the spacing was a little off, you could move them in individually. Now let's look at the type of usage for this text. This one just fits in a box. Here you can choose polyline. Now you can see that it's drawn a line directly through the text itself. You can add other nodes to it, and this will let you treat it like any other piece of geometry. And letters are still a little bit close together. This can happen when you're curving text like this. Just space it out a little bit more. Another option is to duplicate this, and now we're going to put it on an ellipse. And here you can choose the diameter of the circle that you'd like to work with. Let's make this a little bit smaller. If you want to make it an oval, you enter in two different values here. We want to make it a circle, so I'll make this will be the same. And this is sort of just another way to flex the text.